Right now, as you watch this, wildfires are tearing through parts of the United States. Entire neighborhoods are being reduced to ash. Skies have turned blood red, and the air is thick with smoke. Imagine looking out your window and seeing flames creeping closer, faster than you can run. Terrifying, isn't it? But here's the truth. These fires are only the latest chapter in a long, fiery history. There have been wildfires so massive, so devastating, they defy belief. What if I told you some of the deadliest fires weren't just disasters, but stories filled with mystery, heroism, and even betrayal? Stay with me, because once you hear these stories, you'll never look at a wildfire the same way again. The Great Fire of 1910. Imagine a wall of fire as tall as a skyscraper, moving faster than a galloping horse. That's what faced the people of northeastern Washington, northern Idaho, and western Montana in the summer of 1910. They called it the Big Burn. But it wasn't just a fire, it was an apocalypse. Over 3 million acres burned in just 2 days, fueled by hurricane-force winds and a summer of relentless drought. People thought it was the end of the world. Entire towns were incinerated in minutes. Some survivors described the flames as alive, twisting and roaring like a monster hunting its prey. But here's the twist. Was this disaster purely natural, or was human negligence to blame? The truth is, logging companies had left piles of flammable debris scattered across the forests. Combine that with sparks from passing trains, and you have a recipe for disaster. This wasn't just a tragedy, it was a warning. The Peshtigo Fire, October 8, 1871. While the Great Chicago Fire captured the world's attention, another fire, far deadlier, was raging in northeastern Wisconsin. The Peshtigo Fire consumed 1.2 million acres and claimed up to 2,500 lives. People were literally running for their lives, many jumping into rivers to escape the flames. One survivor recalled seeing birds drop dead mid-flight, their feathers igniting in the superheated air. It was so hot that some people burst into flames before the fire even reached them. Yet almost no one talks about this fire. Why? Could it be that it didn't happen in a major city, so it was easier to forget? Or was it something darker, an unwillingness to confront the mistakes that caused it? The Cloquet Fire. Fast forward to 1918 in Minnesota. The Cloquet Fire burned 250,000 acres and wiped out 38 communities. It was sparked by embers from a passing train, but what made it deadly was the sheer speed. Flames moved so fast, some people never even had a chance to run. Families huddled together, hoping the fire would pass. But for many, it didn't. Survivors described the air as unbreathable, the ground so hot, it burned through shoes. The fire wasn't just a natural disaster. It was a man-made catastrophe fueled by logging debris and poor planning. The Camp Fire. Now let's talk about a fire you've probably heard of, the Camp Fire of 2018. Sparked by a faulty power line, this fire destroyed the town of Paradise, California in just a few hours. It burned over 153,000 acres, claimed 86 lives, and destroyed nearly 19,000 structures. Imagine driving through a tunnel of flames, not knowing if you'll make it out alive. That's what thousands of residents faced. Some didn't survive. But here's the part that will make your blood boil. This fire was entirely preventable. The utility company knew their equipment was failing, but delayed repairs to save money. Lives were lost, not because of nature, but because of greed. The Klamath Theater Complex Fire. Our final story takes us to Northern California in 2008. The The Klamath Theater complex fire started as 11 separate lightning strikes, but quickly merged into a single, unstoppable blaze. Over 192,000 acres were scorched. Firefighters worked around the clock, battling not just flames, but exhaustion and treacherous terrain. It was a fight against nature itself, one that reminded us how small we are in the face of such power. What do these fires have in common? Negligence, greed, an underestimation of nature's fury. But they also share something else: stories of resilience, courage, and the human spirit's ability to rise from the ashes. Wildfires are becoming more frequent and intense. It's not just history, it's happening right now. We need to act, support sustainable practices, hold corporations accountable, and educate yourself on prevention. Share this video so these stories and their lessons reach as many people as possible. Together we can honor the past while protecting the future.